back to the YouTube channel. It's your favorite village boy, Mr. Ghana Baby, and I'm back again with another mind-blowing and eye-opening episode. If you see me this excited, it's because people are solving my problem for me. I have been telling you that Africa just needs one thing. That is industrial revolution. It's time for us to make things in Africa, and this is what SPS is doing, and that is why I'm here. If today's your first time seeing this face on your screen, my name is Mr. Ghana Baby, the one and only annoying YouTuber in Africa. Do me a favor, like the video, subscribe, and be part of this awesome family. But you know how I always do it? When I get to a manufacturing plant like this, I just don't go to the factory. I go and find out who is the man behind it, because most of you don't believe that Africans own stuffs on the continent, and I am here to prove you wrong. Come with me, let's go meet the founder and the CEO of SPS. Come with me.
Yeah.
Daddy, it's such an honor to meet you.
Okay.
I mean, you've done something incredible that I think so many Ghanaians don't even know who you are.
Yes.
People are saying we cannot make it in Africa, but you managed to build Ghana's first and the biggest solar panel manufacturing company in Ghana, not anywhere.
Yes.
They say we can't make it, but you managed to do this. How did you manage to do this?
It's a very interesting question you've asked, but I want to trace this back to how I was raised, you know, certain values that I got from my parents. But one thing that my parents taught me was responsibility. And growing up, that became, you know, my inspiration. That, in fact, my mother would tell me sometimes that look around Brekume. By the way, I'm from Brekume, in the Bono region. It used to be Brown for, but it's now Bono. They said go around and see the sort of developments out there, and these were developments that were that had been put up by farmers, you know, cocoa farmers and that kind of thing. So going through life, I felt I should be able to accomplish something that will stand the test of time. So I use responsibility as being my guide. So throughout my life, though I went to school, you know, but, you know, I didn't study the way I would have loved to study, you know, but I wasn't in any way bothered by that, because it so happened that I also turned out to be a faith person. And therefore, I started relying so much on the Word of God that encouraged me, you know, that no matter whatever you are, God is no respecter of persons, and that whatever you desire to do, you just have to believe in it, and then you will get it. So that actually led the way.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
My name is Wadamaya.
Okay.
I'm from Takrady. Our audience watching us right, I don't know who you are.
Okay.
Can you please tell us your name? And yeah, you've already told us that you're from Bono, but you can still tell us your name.
Oh, my name is Francis Akroma Boateng. Born to, you know, a paramount chief then, who later became the first president of Brown for House of Chiefs.
Wow.
Yes.
At any point in time in Ghana that I decided that I'm tired of Ghana, I want to leave Ghana and then leave the country, or you were based here?
I never ever thought about that. Leaving Ghana to go and live in somebody else's land was something far from the equation. Far from the equation. For some reason, I remember when I got married, and my mother-in-law said to me, Oh, Kwabena, I think you have to consider, traveling, because, that time most people were traveling. People who felt they couldn't make it here in this country were leaving the country. And I said that I can see a lot of opportunities around me, and therefore I didn't see the need to travel to live outside Ghana, So I simply pursued my goals, and here we are today.
Daddy, I know we are here to talk about SPS, but apart from SPS, I just wanted to know, this is just a simple question that I want to, how many, can you give me a random number, how many companies have already established in this country, Ghana? Even you never left, but you were here, how many companies, apart from SPS, did you ever establish any other company? Not even the name, but how many companies have you established?
Seriously, SPS was born out of a mother company. And there are other 4 subsidiaries. But, somehow, some way, sometimes it becomes a bit challenging, in the kind of society that we find ourselves in. You always have to make sure that you are not too much known, And in fact, that has been part of my strategy, not to expose myself too much out there, don't talk too much, but spend more time to listen and to identify what opportunities are out there.
I just want to know, why solar panels, not any other thing?
Your question is, why did I...
Why you decided
to produce
solar panels?
Well, it's one of the things that comes as a vision. And I remember I lost my dad, in 2003. I had to travel, dead at night, to my hometown, Brekum, which is about 250 miles away from Accra. That there are a lot of these checkpoints, barriers and things like that. I almost hit one of them. So that infuriated me in a way. And I said, but why can't we have lights around, Then I remembered that the national grid cannot be extended to those areas. So the concept of solar energy, renewable energy, came to mind. So that is how it started. So I decided to pursue it. But one thing with me is that I think about lives, think about lives. I just wanted to make sure that people in the rural areas do benefit from such a project. So that brought this into mind, that I would need some kind of a sponsor, seeking for sponsorship. And fortunately, Cocoa Board came out with a similar concept. And so it was like we started introducing solar street lights, to the cocoa growing communities and Share North catchment areas in the north. Okay? So when I started and I was going to China, I started looking at the way they were doing their things there. I said, these panels, the panels which forms is the biggest component of having to put the lights, together. So it would be a good idea if we can just produce them locally, It took me a little bit of time, did a bit of research on that, met someone in Germany, and then that later led me to Japan. And the rest, as I've already said, is history.
The CEO of SPS. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you too, Wadamai.
Your dad is telling me that you are the one who is taking care of the company right now.
Well, Wadamai, I'll say I'm doing my best. I'm trying my best, to live up to the big shoes that's been given to me.
What is your name?
I am Ofori Boatin.
Fori Boatin.
Yeah.
Fori Boatin, you sounded like American. I'm a Fori Boatin. Oh, you're based in America before?
Well, yes, I did. A good majority of my schooling was in America, and even my middle school and high school, and a lot of my upbringing. I always tell people that I partially was raised in both Ghana and America, because I did spend up to when I was 10 years old in Ghana, and then eventually opportunity came that moved us, to the States, and I spent pretty much all the rest of my life there.
You know what I want you to do for me?
Sure.
You need to tell me all we need to know about SPS.
All right. Listen, SPS, simply put, provides products designed for Africa, made in Ghana. And SPS is by far trying to push itself into the arena of being one of the product developers within electronics. So one of the first things that we started with is producing solar panels here. We started producing solar panels back in 2011.
Whoa, you're producing solar panel, locally made. Locally
made here in Ghana.
It should be the first manufacturing plant in Ghana.
Yes, it is. We've been out in the market for quite some time. Obviously, we did not start just by producing panels. We started off by importing them and kind of developing the market. And then we saw the opportunity that in order for any African company to be able to live up to its hopes, it needs to have its own product. And the product needs to be designed for Africa, because Africa is such a wonderful place and our circumstances are different. So you can't take what is in Europe or what is in Asia or North America and say that you're pushing it to Africa. We don't want that anymore. We want tailor-made.
So the solar panels in here are locally made by Ghanaians.
Exactly.
This is incredible. You know why I'm excited today?
Tell me.
We have a solar panel plant in Ghana.
Yes, we do.
Which means that you guys are adding value to the country. All I want to know is how many projects can SPS boast of?
Oh man, so many. The few that I've listed: the Jubilee House, the seat of government for Ghana, EcoBank, Ghana, at their branches, even Ministry of Education. They put out a project which was to put the computer labs onto solar, especially in the rural areas. Some places really don't have power. But kids nowadays, everybody is digital, and everybody needs a computer and needs to be able to have access to the internet. So we were glad to help in that project. It was subcontracted to us, and that was amazing. And most of all, the other one that I love is being able to use a solar solution to provide water, simple water. There's a borehole project that we've done, and it covers pretty much all the regions. We've done close to about 1,000 boreholes. You could just imagine.
Borehole that use solar?
Yes.
That's perfect. But why are you guys using air conditioning here? Are they powered by solar too?
So these air conditionings are inverter air conditioners, and we have a solution also for air conditioners. We have the conventional air conditioners, and we have the solar air conditioners, and they all work just virtually the same.
I was just kidding. Yeah, I never knew. Do we have something we call solar air conditioners?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So where are you taking me to now?
All right, so it's an honor that you're here, and I felt that once you hear it, you got to see this. Because every time anybody sees this, they gape. And I'm sure, just to kind of allure you so that nothing happens to you, we're taking a walk into our ultra-fitted factory where we produce the solar panels here in Ghana. So like I said earlier, it's designed for Africa, but made in Ghana. Whoa. And let's step in here. Let me show you a couple things, yeah?
Whoa.
Yeah, welcome to the factory.
This is SPS. Huge.
Yes. Thank you. There's been a long way coming, and it's been hard work to even put together something like this. You know, in this field is very, very important for us to be at our best and also provide one of the highest quality.
You know, like I was outside,
Yeah.
so me coming inside here, like I'm kind of blown away.
Exactly.
And I ask you just a simple question.
Yeah.
I want to know, what is the worth of this factory?
You know, in putting the entire factory together, plus our supply chain and logistics and everything, is about $50 million. And it hasn't, well, we're still working on even adding more to it. We realize that the demand within the country and also within the neighboring countries are increasing. And we've actually expanded the factory from 32 megawatts to about 165. We hope that come next year, we'll be able to finish up with the expansion.
Don't tell me this is what you manufacture in here.
Yes, it is. It is. So this panel, it's about 72 cells, and they were all produced right here in Ghana. And this panel is normally used for the larger type of projects. And then, you know, these are a little bit smaller in case there's smaller projects. Maybe you want your pump or something like that, you know, to be powered by solar, or maybe you want a street light or so. Then we find ways and means to kind of cut it to suit the purpose that the project is for.
How many watts do you people produce in a day?
All right, so the entire factory's capacity at the moment is at 32 megawatts,
Okay.
and we're in an expansionary period. With the 32 megawatts, we get a little bit over 165,000 of these panels yearly. If you do the math and you kind of back it up, it's almost about maybe 100 to about 200 daily.
See, this factory also is fully air conditioned because for us to be considered a world-class factory, we have to test our panels at below 25 degrees Celsius. And part of the production line also requires us to control the temperature and the humidity in the factory. Okay, so the factory is fully air conditioned. We always maintain the temperature below 25 degrees Celsius. And again, it's relatively clean because we want to make sure as we make the panels, we don't have any dirt or dust that goes inside the cells and short circuits the cells.
I know I came here at the wrong time because I'm not seeing anybody in here. Is it because the company is upgrading or something?
Yes, we're actually in the process of upgrading the factory, and also we've got a new equipment set that is better technology, can do a whole lot more than the current equipment set. So we're actually transitioning from the old equipment set to the new equipment set. And the new equipment set also gives us about 5 times the production capacity as the old one.
So glad you gave me the chance to speak to you. We have so many young Africans watching us right now.
Yes.
If you have a message for young Africans living in Africa right now, I mean, so many of us get tired of this continent. We think that, okay, we can't make it, we want to leave. If you have a message to tell us, what would that message be?
The message will simply be, don't give up. You know, I mean, just work hard to identify what you can do, to identify your opportunities, and when you have been able to lay your hands on something that you think you can do, just go out, all out, and make sure that, you know, by deed of hard work and honesty, you will get there.
If you had a chance to change something in Africa, what will it be?
In Africa, can I generalize it? I don't think so. But specifically here in Ghana, you know, because you have to make sure that, you know, wherever you are, the place that you stay, you know, feels better, you know, than, you know, anywhere else, you know, before you can just step out there. But what I see in this country is that the opportunities are there, you know, but it's the system that is the problem. And when I talk about the system, what am I referring to? Now it looks like politics seems to be taking over everything. So young men who hitherto can sit down and reflect on what to do for their living, you find these young men involved in politics. And to me, I don't know, for how long this is going to go on. But if we have take for instance, recently during the primaries, I was a bit worried. You had candidates aging from 30 years to 33 years. To me, I felt, it was a bit worrisome because I was personally worried about that because I know that such people do not have the requisite, experience to govern. You understand? Why am I saying this? I've been there before. I've been 30 years. I've been 33 years. Now I'm 71 years. So there's a host of experience that I have. Okay? And I look at these guys and I say, what sort of experience, what sort of knowledge are they going to share in Parliament? You see, most of them haven't had any exposure. Maybe straight from university, they get into politics. I don't know what drives them into politics, but it's something that I think we really have to be very careful with the way we are encouraging our youth to get into politics.
At what age do you think that someone is qualified to be involved?
That's a very good question. It's not so much about the age, but I'm talking about exposure. You understand?
Exactly.
I mean, I this is what I believe, that every person who wants to do politics must have. You shouldn't only be exposed to what is in your country. Go elsewhere, find out how things are done, level it up with how things are done in your own country, and then try to sieve it. Something will come out that will be useful for your country.
Wow. Now I get your point.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So the other issue too is our land tenure is something that does not help people like us who are generational thinkers, to be very much interested in, doing meaningful investment in this country. Why am I saying this? How can you know the cost of lands, very expensive, here in this country. You want a decent land for a project, you need about $1 million to do that. You want about 2 acres of land. That is the sort of money you have to be looking at. Meanwhile, that amount can even build you the factory. You understand? And not only that, but then the lease on it. Sometimes you have certain leases, going for 30 years and 50 years. Something that you bear witness to during your lifetime. It doesn't make sense to me. So if you are thinking about the future, it becomes a bit challenging to take that route.
Do you believe Africa is the future?
Yeah, why not? Because we seem to have everything here, but the way we manage our affairs is key. It's key.
Wow. So I say thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you.